Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to some more SWE Universe Mode. We are here with our first proper weekly show of Carnage. And we've got a good one for you tonight, actually. We've got, we do have a Carnage Championship match, because I may have made a slight mistake last week, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. And here we then go into our opening match of the evening. It is going to be an open challenge from Mr. Terry Funk. He has issued out this challenge to anybody on the Carnage roster who wants to wrestle him. Be interesting to see who takes up this challenge. But we've had a couple of dark matches here this evening, interesting ones as well. We had a 6-man match, Battle Royal, where Mark Briscoe defeated Super Crazy, Chris Candido, Tajiri, Eric Young, and Too Cold Scorpio in that one. And we've also had a very surprising victory in a tag team match as the Blue World Order, the Blue Meanie and Hollywood Nova, defeated Sanity's Alexander Wolf and Sawyer Fulton. So, interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. And it'd be interesting to see how this pans out as we go on a bit further into this universe mode as well. Of course, Carnage very much a new roster. Quite a few people, though, have brought their ranking points across from their previous shows. You will see in the comment section down, not the comment section, the description down below now, there is a link to the new Carnage blogger page as well. All of them should be updated now, mostly as well, so you can go and check all those out, and you've got a full list of the Carnage roster. We have added 2 new people to the roster, and they will be wrestling here this evening, mainly because I was really happy with the match between Taz and Sekimoto last week. It was a real amazing match, so I decided it would be nice to sort of continue on with that strong style. So we've got 2 more guys joining the roster here this evening. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, though. We're also going to see Braun Strowman, his debut here on Carnage. He takes on Al Snow. We're going to see a fatal 4-way hardcore match as Abduallah, Kobiashi, Hayabusa, the Sandman, and Jimmy Havoc collide. And then our main event of the evening. As I said, it's been brought to my attention that I majorly messed up last week's show. I may have put Jay Briscoe against Muertes when it should have been Jay Briscoe versus Raven. So this evening, Raven does get his opportunity. He takes on Muertes. And to make it fair, we're also going to put Jay Briscoe back in that match as well, because who knows, if he wasn't facing off against Muertes, he may have won the championship. So we're going to make it a triple threat. And we could see a brand new champion here for Carnage already. Who knows? Crazy times in the world of Carnage. So, of course, I spoke the whole way through it, except in the open challenge from Terry Funk was Mick Foley. Of course, we did see these 2 guys wrestle, actually, in the opening round of the King of Carnage tournament, which I believe was won, actually, by Cactus Jack, who went on to the semi-finals. I think he finally got knocked out by Jay Briscoe. So these 2 guys, no strangers to each other. And yeah, this is the Mick Foley persona, not the Cactus Jack one here. This is, I believe, the Mick Foley attire and so forth for his match at no, because the No Way Out it was Cactus Jack. I think this is his attire against Edge at WrestleMania. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not rightly sure. But at the moment it is Mick Foley in firm control here of Terry Funk. Funk all fighting Foley back with that big slam. Dropping a boot right into the arm of Foley. And follows up a boot straight across the chest as well. Tell you what, I signed up for the Pro Wrestling crate that comes from Pro Wrestling Tees over in America. And I got last month in the hardcore crate, I got a t-shirt of Terry Funk versus Cactus Jack from that legendary Japanese tournament. It's pretty cool, actually. I like it. Pretty damn cool. Yeah, what did I sign? Okay. Oh, we got it. What is this? So I'm a bit confused. I just want to see what this is. So basically I signed a petition ages ago which was to remove wrestling from the offensive contents list on YouTube. So basically, it's a big thing for What Culture at the moment. What Culture Pro Wrestling lost all their monetization because apparently wrestling was deemed as offensive content on YouTube and was not allowed to be monetized. I can't monetize it anyway because this is a computer game and I can't monetize this because 2K do not allow you to. But yeah, I've signed a petition. They've now got 60,000. They actually got 63,000 signatures on this petition. And I think they're taking it towards YouTube now. The petition is going to be... It's interesting to give that many... I can't understand it though, because you would have thought WWE would be very much against that monetization process, because they've got a lot of subscribers to the WWE channel. There's a pile driver there by Terry Funk. Only enough for a 2 count. Mick Foley kicking out. Good old Mick Foley. Don't know how he's managed to pull that bad boy off, to be honest with you. Funk just slamming the head of Foley into the mat, and now big right hands into the face. He's getting funky here with Cactus Jack. It's Mick Foley, it's not Cactus. It's Mick Foley. I'll get myself wrong now. Terry Funk in firm control of Mick Foley at this point in time, though. There's the pin. One. Only a 1 count. That's Funk getting around the back of Foley once again. Where is Funk? His Funk's not going to go high, is he? Surely. Terry Funk hasn't got something high flying in his arsenal, has he? What's he going to go for? He's a bit of a psycho, Terry Funk. You wouldn't put him past doing anything, really, would you? Foley's back up and Funk diving forearm from the middle rope, and Foley's in a real danger here. What is Funk doing? Just dragging Foley around the ring and grappling thin air. See, this is... I actually put a comment on Twitter the other day, because it's just been announced that that 2K obviously they're going to release 2K18. We knew that was going to happen anyway, like, but they've just released the prices, and for the collector's edition of the game this year, it's $180. And for the deluxe edition, which I'll probably end up buying the digital deluxe edition, so we get all of the digital content, all the wrestlers, because we are going to get Rob Van Dam and Batista as the early access. So you get Kurt Angle for pre-order in the game anyway, and if you get the deluxe edition of the game, you get Batista and Rob Van Dam on the game as well, which is pretty cool. But it's like $80, which I think is shocking, really, considering the state of this game still is now. It's not in a state that should be, even at the moment, with some of the dodginess that's going on, and some of the dodgy AI, to justify the amount of money they're charging for their games. 2K have really got to sort themselves out. I don't mind paying the money for the games that 2K release, as long as they're in a decent condition. At the moment, this, for me, is still not in a good condition, let alone was when it was released. But let's hope the 2K18 is going to completely reinvigorate the series. Mick Foley now, the mandible claw on Terry Funk. Is Funk going to tap, or is he going to be able to hold on here? No, Funk fighting back, elbow, or sorry, knee right into the back of Mick Foley, the hardcore icon. Foley now getting just dragging Funk back into ring. I'm surprised no weapons have been used in this one yet. They've gone for a proper wrestling match, haven't they? Only a 2 count. Foley went for the kick in the back, but Funk avoids it. Funk now taking Foley down, elbow straight across the chest. Now for the pin. 1, 2. And again, it's only enough for a 2 count. These two guys really pushing each other to the limits now. Funk sending Foley into the corner. Oh, just raking his elbow straight across the face. Funk now bringing... Oh, Foley out of the corner, and again, just a big double axe slam to the side of the head, and Funk is really going aggressive now. Some very heavy, hard strikes right to the face. And that is enough for Terry Funk to pick up the 3 count. And Funk is victorious in his open challenge. It's a pretty good back and forth match in fairness. I don't think it was very one-sided, but it's going to be Funk who gets the ranking points. He's going to need them. He didn't do too well in the tournament. He got knocked out in the opening round. So a victory here from him is definitely going to help him out. And maybe this Terry Funk Open Challenge can continue on forwards. Be pretty nice to see, wouldn't it? Funk just stamping right in the chest of Mick Foley there. That was the pin. And I think that was the camel. The camel? That was the straw that broke the camel's back, not the camel that broke the straw's back. And Terry Funk is victorious. And glorious, of course. Glorious! Terry Funk victorious. He's going to get the 5 ranking points. That's going to knock... We are going to class Mick Foley as Cactus Jack in this one. His ranking points is... Whenever we see a different version of Mick Foley on Carnage, is always going to get the same ranking points against the same character. And here's our here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be a 4-way dance between the Sandman, Abduallah Kobiashi, Hayabusa and Jimmy Havoc, and of course, it's Extreme Rules. And here we go. A chance for the hardcore guys to show us exactly what they can do. Now, essentially what we're going to do is I've got 3 of these big hardcore Fatal 4-ways set out for the next 4 weeks. The winners of each of those 3 Fatal 4-ways is going to join Haku in the pay-per-view for a Fatal 4-way match for the Hardcore Championship. So, a lot on the line here. So, Kobiashi, Hayabusa, the Sandman, Jimmy Havoc here this evening. A couple of weeks' time, we've got New Jack versus Jackie Numazawa versus Leatherface versus Masada. And the week after that is Necro Butcher versus Jun Kazai versus Abdullah the Butcher versus Nick Gage. So, really a chance for everybody to get their opportunity and show what they can do and fight their way into that Hardcore Championship picture, because it's going to be very hardly fought after. There's a lot of great deathmatch wrestlers on this roster. Bold is beautiful. So this, of course, is Abduallah Kobiashi, a strong deathmatch wrestler from Big Japan Pro Wrestling. It's not, is it? It's Big Japan. Is it Big Japan Pro Wrestling or is it just Big Japan Wrestling? I've got a feeling it's just Big Japan, but I might be completely wrong. It's a very strong possibility I am completely wrong, you know. It happens. And join in. Going underneath the massive red testicles is going to be Hayabusa. We saw Hayabusa in a match against... Did we see him in a match against Sabu last week? I'm checking my paperwork. Oh, I've got a lot to get through there. We did. We saw a match against Sabu last week. And now he gets another opportunity to show what he can do. Well, Sabu's not in any of those 4 matches, is he? Sabu does have some other stuff on. Sabu's in a triple threat match next week. Against Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn. That's nice. I like that. We've got some pretty good stuff ongoing, I think. There's some really cool ideas, some really good matches. Really well laid out over the next few weeks. We've got a great Cruiserweight Fatal 4-way next week for you. Aerostar, Psychosis, Juventud, Guerrera and Manic. We also see LAX and the Impact players next week. But next week's main event is what really has got me interested. Minoru Suzuki versus Taz one-on-one. That is going to be really cool. But of course, remember tonight, we have got Carnage Championship action for you. Muertes has to defend his belt only a week after winning it. So it's going to be pretty difficult for him, especially the triple threat rules as well. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. He could hold on to this. I'm trying to talk a lot at the moment because I keep getting copyright claims on my videos. And of course, Hayabusa here is using Finn Balor's music as his entrance music. So I'm just trying to talk over it as much as I possibly can so I don't get another copyright claim against me. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever if I get a copyright claim, because I still can't, like I said earlier on, I still can't claim any money against it on the YouTube anyway. So it doesn't matter too much. I just don't want to have all these copyright things in my videos. It annoys me. There we go, it's finished now. So next up is going to be... Who is it? I've forgotten now. I forgot myself. Is this the Sandman? I love this entrance actually, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Through the crowd. It's exactly what the Sandman used to do, of course, in ECW. Don't know where he is. He's in there somewhere. There he is. Not a bad Sandman core either, actually. And a man who actually did really well in Season 1. I think he picked up a few wins, and as did New Jack. New Jack was a big surprise for me in Season 1 of the Universe mode. Just really picked up a few wins that you never would have expected him to do, really. But it's worth a laugh, isn't it, really? Be interesting to see what Sandman can pull off here. Can he get past the likes of Kobiashi and Hayabusa? Interesting match when you look at it, really, because you've got Kobiashi, a bit more of a strong style wrestler with hardcore tendencies. You've got Hayabusa, a high flyer with hardcore tendencies. You've got Sandman, more of a brawler with hardcore tendencies, shall I say? And Jimmy Havoc is more probably of a wrestler. He has done really well with wrestling in the past. He's obviously held a lot of big championships across the UK. So a lot of different styles in this match. It'd be interesting to see which one of these 4 styles does come out on top. As the 4th and final entrant into the match, of course, Jimmy Havoc makes his way down. I wasn't too sure on this Jimmy Havoc core, but you can't really not have Jimmy Havoc on the roster because, of course, he is the current Tournament of Death holder for Combat Zone Wrestling. Also, being British myself, you can't really leave out the primary British deathmatch wrestler, can you, really, from the hardcore division. And it's not too bad, I think. It's got good potential, this core. I just don't think the face is fan. I might be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of this Jimmy Havoc? I think his face was a little bit out, but to be honest, his attire looks pretty good. And when he gets in the ring, he might be better. It might just be me being a little bit overly over the top, maybe. I don't know. I might be being a bit over the top. It's possible. I've done it before. I'm generally over the top. So, Jimmy Havoc makes his way in. And a great chance here for Havoc. This is his first ever match in SWE. As it also is for Abduallah Kobiashi as well. So 2 debutants in this one really want to show what they can do straight off the bat. And see if they can get themselves, like I said, into that championship match against Haku in a few weeks' time. At our first ever... Well, it's not, is it? It's our second ever Carnage pay-per-view, I suppose, if you look at it that way. So, we've got Abduallah Kobiashi, Hayabusa, the other guy, the Sandman, and of course Jimmy Havoc, all find out in this Fatal 4-Way Extreme Rules match. The bell goes and we are underway. Jimmy Havoc straight off the bat there with a German suplex on Abduallah Kobiashi. Oh, that wasn't good. I just knocked my computer over. There we go. I don't think that's caused any problems, has it? No, everything's still working. That was a bit warm. It's been a bit sloppy there. Tried to spin my chair around when I was too close to the computer and knocked it over. Right, I'm back now. Kobiashi sending Havoc over his shoulders. Now, normally in this type of match, 2 guys will go to the fight on the outside, but I think they've slightly changed the AI of this Fatal 4-Way style. He says as Sabu sends Hayabusa straight to the outside. So we've got 2 separate fights now. We've got Jimmy Havoc versus Abduallah Kobiashi in the ring. Sandman and Hayabusa on the inside. Nice power slam there by Jimmy Havoc on Kobiashi. And Havoc's going up top. Not adverse to high fly, and there's an elbow drop. Kobiashi there with the arm drag, taking Jimmy Havoc down. And Kobiashi sending Havoc over in the alley-oop as Sandman demolishing Hayabusa on the outside. Boots the back of the leg there by Havoc on Kobiashi. Kobiashi straight in the arm drag, though, taking Havoc straight down. And neither of these 2 guys in the ring seem to be able to get control over the other. It's very messy. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, whereas Sandman is demolishing Hayabusa now. Kobiashi again sending Jimmy Havoc into the turnbuckle. Kobiashi hooking Jimmy Havoc in, then big boot right across the face. As Sandman and Hayabusa come back into the ring as well. Sandman taking Hayabusa up into a pile driver. Must have been everyone's finishing maneuver was the pile driver in ECW, I'm sure it was. And a Russian leg sweep by Sandman on Kobiashi as well. There's the pin. 1, 2, and Havoc was there to break it up. Jimmy Havoc sending Hayabusa to the outside now as Sabu working over Kobiashi. No weapons as yet. They've been fighting on the outside, but no weapons as yet. Kobiashi clubbing blow against the back of the Sandman, brings him back up, and Kobiashi taking him into a... No, if it was going for a four-way slam, takes him up onto the shoulders, into a Samoan drop. And now Kobiashi just stalking the grounded Sandman, who slowly crawls back up to his feet, but Kobiashi stalking him. Takes him in now. He's going to go for a pile driver as well. He does go for a pile driver. Everyone's knocking these pile drivers at the park here. There's the pin by Kobiashi. One. But Jimmy Havoc was there. Kobiashi now taking control of Jimmy Havoc, sending him into the corner. And a big clothesline flattening him. Kobiashi going for now, just spinning Havoc round and dropping a knee right into the groin. Might be a little bit more than the groin there as well. As we're back to our original little fights here now. Sandman and Hayabusa working together in the corner. Sandman with a bulldog on Hayabusa. As Kobiashi just walking straight into the back of Jimmy Havoc. And Kobiashi broke up the pin. And Jimmy Havoc just with a big boot right in the gut of Kobiashi. Jimmy Havoc double foot stomp on Hayabusa. Sabu gets caught out by the arm drag by Jimmy Havoc as well. Two guys just fighting with the strikes. Sandman sending Havoc into the corner. Sandman taking Havoc up high. What's he got planned here? I don't know, but it can't be safe for Havoc. Slap there by Kobiashi on Hayabusa. Hayabusa fighting back with the elbows. Kobiashi fighting back before getting caught by Hayabusa, who sends Kobiashi straight into Sandman. Now Kobiashi sending Hayabusa into the corner. Went for the Saito suplex, but Kobiashi rolled it through into a crossbody. And Kobiashi's actually doing a very good job here. Sending Hayabusa to the outside. And Jimmy Havoc's now the only person in the ring on his own. I often wonder why this game does that. Three guys back in the ring. You'd think that Jimmy Havoc and Kobiashi would go after each other here, trying to get full control of the grounded Hayabusa. Hayabusa catching Kobiashi, looking for a dragon suplex by the looks of it, but Kobiashi breaking free. Sandman catching Jimmy Havoc with the boot in the gut, and Sandman taking Havoc down. Oh, only a 2 count, but I don't know if he would have got there in time actually to break that pin up. Sandman now. Fez press on Kobiashi. Sandman goes up high. Sandman the only man on his feet here. If he can get a pin here on Kobiashi, he could be victorious. There's a senton bomb. Go on, drop into the pin. There's the pin. The other two guys down the outside. 1, 2. Oh, Kobiashi kicked out. How's he done that? How on earth has Kobiashi just kicked out the senton bomb? The damage had been done. And now all 4 men are... Well, all 3 men. Sorry, bar Kobiashi are back up on their feet. That was a chance. That was the winning chance. Oh, fisherman suplex there. 1, 2. Sandman didn't see the pin, but again, Jimmy Havoc able to kick out at 2. Kobiashi the big elbow right in the face of Sandman, and Kobiashi launches Sandman to the outside. Shining Wizard there by Hayabusa on Jimmy Havoc. Pin by Hayabusa. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. We're getting close, I think, though. Boot in the back there by Hayabusa on Jimmy Havoc. As Sandman now on the outside. What the earth was that? The awful waffle by Sandman on the outside. Just dropping Kobiashi right on the top of his head, and that thin matting. That matting on the outside has got no give to whatsoever. It looks like it probably has, but it's literally less than an inch thick. It does not protect you much at all. It actually makes the direct impact, but not the damage done. Oh, drop kick there by Hayabusa on Jimmy Havoc. Hayabusa now with a lion salt on Havoc. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Kobiashi, I don't think was going to get there just in time. Kobiashi, oh, big clothesline in the corner. Flattens Hayabusa, bringing Jimmy Havoc back up to his feet. But Havoc catching Kobiashi. There's the quick roll-up. 1, 2. And oh, I thought he nicked it. I honestly thought Jimmy Havoc had stole that then. Sandman looking for a Michinoku drive, but Havoc falls out the back. Jimmy Havoc now sending Kobiashi to the outside. What is Havoc looking for here? Just stalking Kobiashi. Boot in the guts. Oh my god, Jimmy Havoc just powerbombed Kobiashi on the apron. Wow. That is strength, that is. Absolute strength. Kobiashi getting caught now in the Anaconda Vice submission hold. Jimmy Havoc in quickly enough to break it up. We're quite a long episode this one already, isn't it? Every guy just jumped out the ring at the same time. Power slam there by Jimmy Havoc on Sandman. Now sending Hayabusa back into the ring. Can Havoc take advantage of Hayabusa? He does have him on his own. But it doesn't look like he's got quite enough to finish him off yet. Hayabusa catching Havoc. Now taking him up into a sit-out powerbomb. There's the pin. 1. Oh, only a 1 count. Sandman, sorry, was there to break it up. Hayabusa now. Nice little rock bottom there with the arm hooked. Hayabusa up to the top, but Kobiashi caught him. And now Kobiashi stalking Hayabusa. Oh, superplex. I think Sandman is going to be in the way of this. Sandman trying to crawl out the way. And he just manages to get out the way. But Kobiashi is now trying to catch Sandman. Takes him up to his neck. There's a Samoan drop. Don't think it's going to be enough because Jimmy Havoc's now back up on his feet. Havoc back in the ring. Havoc catching the back of Kobiashi as Sandman are slamming the back of Kobayashi's head into the mat. These 4 guys so desperate to get this championship match. As Havoc, big clothesline taking Kobiashi down. Sandman continues to assault the boots in the face of Kobiashi. Boot in the gut there by Hayabusa, and now so all 3 guys are working Kobiashi over there, but Jimmy Havoc sending Sandman to the outside, and this could be Hayabusa's chance. Looking here for an Indian deathlock, and locks in as well. Is Kobiashi going to tap out? No, Jimmy Havoc just got there in time to break it up. Oh, big kick to the side of the head there by Hayabusa on Sandman. Sandman laid out on that. Jimmy Havoc, Northern Light suplex, bridges for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, again, it's only a 2 count. What is it going to take for someone to win this bloody match? Nobody seems to want to give up. Big clothesline. Havoc heads up top. Double foot stomp. I was going to say, is that enough? But Kobiashi back in the ring now as well. Pin now by Havoc, but Kobiashi breaking it up straight away. Hayabusa now into that package. Michinoku driver. Jimmy Havoc's not seen it. Jimmy Havoc's not seen it. And Hayabusa wins. Jimmy Havoc did not see the pinfall happening behind him. Like I said, in this sort of match, you've got to pay attention to everything around you. And Havoc just was not paying attention. And Hayabusa is victorious. He is going on to join Haku in that fatal 4-way at the pay-per-view for the Hardcore Championship. And what a long match this was. There's a double foot stomp. There you see, look, Jimmy Havoc concentrating here solely on Sandman. There's the package Michinoku driver, and Jimmy Havoc, by the time he had actually seen what was going on, it was far too late. And Hayabusa is victorious. Nice. A little bit of high flying entering that hardcore match now. Might change it. Might make that match at the pay-per-view maybe a ladder match just to change it up a little bit, because we're going to have a lot of Fatal 4-way hardcore matches as it is, aren't we, I suppose? We'll see. We'll figure it out. And our next match here this evening is going to be the debut of Braun Strowman in this Carnage roster as he takes on Al Snow. And here we go. Time for some Braun. I'm looking forward to getting 2K18 just to have a proper Braun Strowman on there. Because, of course, when this one was released, it was still part of the Wyatt family. It's still very green. But now he's having his singles run. He is quite possibly the best thing going on Raw at the moment for me. The man, the myth, the legend, the beast. I don't think Al Snow is going to be in too much luck here today, is he? What does everybody want? What does everybody need? Head. Good old Al Snow. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Braun Strowman. I think that he is really... I wasn't really that interested to start off with, but I think just as time's gone on, he's become quite a cult. I say he's got a bit of a cult following. He hasn't really. He's got a massive following, really. Especially if you look at the way the crowd reacted. The thing that made me surprised the most is when he made his return a few weeks back after his surgery, and he come busting out the back of the ambulance. The cheer from the crowd was humongous. It was amazing. It just makes you realise just how well he has done out of this feud against Roman Reigns. It really seems to have boosted Braun Strowman up to the next level, really. And I think having a proper Braun Strowman on 2K18 with the correct moveset and attire and all that sort of stuff and music and all that, it's going to be pretty good, I think. But I think here on Carnage, I think Braun Strowman can definitely become a strong contender for that Carnage Championship that's going to be fought out for later on here this evening. I apologize, that's a bit funny right now. I'm eating marshmallows. What does everybody want? Good Al Snow. Isn't that a dodgy storyline in WWE? Was it Al Snow in that one? I think it was. Dodgy storyline in WWE where... Was it Steve? Who was it who ate someone's dog? Was it like Steve Blackman ate Al Snow's dog? I can't remember who it was now. I'm sure you'll be able to tell me in the comment section down below exactly what it was. It was something along them sort of lines, wasn't it? Somebody's dog got eaten. Which is never a good start. So Braun Strowman versus Al Snow. A little bit one-sided maybe, but we'll see what happens. Well, Al Snow with the opening gambit. The way he just got dropkick Braun, he does not go down. It's actually very realistic. Oh, Braun straight away. Remember, all matches in Carnage are no disqualifications. Weapons are allowed. So Braun has got a chair. I don't know why Braun needed one, to be honest. And Al Snow's caught up him now. And Al Snow now sending Braun off the announce table. Probably not the wisest move for Al Snow, though, because he might just be annoying Braun Strowman more than anything. And Braun is forcing Al Snow to the ground. Big boot in the back of Snow as well. Braun now slamming the face of Al Snow into the mat. And stamping on his back. And Braun now in firm control. That little opening gambit by Al Snow, maybe not the best thing for him to do. Like I said, probably just annoyed Braun Strowman more than anything, but that's what you've got to do. If you want to try and beat Braun, you've got to try and catch him unawares early on. It's the only way is catching him unprepared. Strowman with Snow on his shoulder and drops him face first on the ground. Braun stamping on the arm now of Al Snow. Oh, wrenching back in the Dragon Sleeper hold. Braun really demolishing Al Snow here. Well, Snow fighting his way out of that reverse dragon sleeper and a boot in the gut of Braun, but Braun again just catching Al Snow and threw him that hard into the ring that he ended up halfway across the ring. Braun now the big right hands. Brings Snow back up to his feet. Big clubbing blow right across the chest. Now into the arm as well. Braun Strowman is demolishing Al Snow here. Delicate snowflake that is Al Snow, as Braun Strowman now potentially looking for the beginning of the end. Running power slam. There's the pin. 1, 2, and Braun Strowman is victorious, of course. I don't think there was any ever chance of Al Snow kicking out of that, really, was there? So Braun Strowman with the victory. We're going to see quite a bit of Braun Strowman, actually. I've actually got him down to wrestle 3 of the 4 weeks. And one of those matches includes a #1 contendership for the Carnage Championship in a Fatal 4 match. That'd be interesting. I've also got him against Rhino in a couple of weeks' time. I think that'd be a better match, I think. This is a little bit of a squash match here for Strowman, but I think a match against Rhino in a couple of weeks might be a little bit more even, potentially. But a big win here for Braun. And here we go then, time for our next match of the evening. 2 brand new members to this roster that were not in the introduction last week. But I just sort of thought, after watching that Taz versus Sekimoto match, I wanted to try and utilise a bit more strong style. So here we are, Oney, Lorcan, of course, the former Biff Busick from the indie scene. Worked quite a bit, of course, of Combat Zone Wrestling, as well as PWG as well towards the end of his run. And he's also, I'm not quite sure what they're doing with him in NXT at the moment. He sort of seems to float around NXT quite a bit, doesn't he? He's at the top part of NXT, and then he's sort of always around. He's never really hit the big heights of NXT yet, but he's always sort of around. He never seems to miss the tapings. He always seems to get a good match here and there, and he's not being utilised solely as a jobber either. He's sort of mixed up. He does lose quite a few matches, but he gets a decent look in those matches, and I'm pretty pleased that he seems to be doing okay. I just want to see him step up to the next level. And I really think that NXT could step up to 2 hours, really. I think they should do. And his opponent is going to be another strong style man from the indie scene. A man who was all the rage a couple of years ago, but I've not seen much of him since, but you might be able to tell me a little bit different. But this, of course, is going to be Timothy Thatcher. A man who worked a lot of Evolve, I think, and he works in PWG as well. And again, a very hard-hitting wrestler, this one. A guy who likes a good strike, a good submission, and I think this is going to be a very, very interesting match. And is building towards another line towards our potential strong style tournament moving forward as well. I'm slowly trying to get that in place. We are going to do another tournament soon. I think the next tournament, though, is going to be the Queen of the Deathmatch, or the Queen of Carnage, which is going to crown our first women's champion here on Carnage. That should be starting in the next week or 2. I've got it all set up already. I just need to get the recordings done, and at the moment I just want to try and catch up and get ahead of myself, so we make sure we can get all that done on time. But that's going to be pretty interesting, actually. Women's roster here is very good, and with Nikki Cross losing the Adrenaline Championship a few days ago, she is also going to be moving to the Carnage roster. So she will be part of that tournament as well. It's going to be amazing, actually. Looking at the women's tournament we've got, I can give you a rough idea of I say rough there. These are the first round matches I currently have penciled in for the women's tournament. Crazy Mary Dobson versus Rosemary. Awesome Kong versus Jazz. Io Shirai versus Nikki Cross. And Su Yung versus Kairi Hoyo. That is going to be the women's tournament for the crown the first women's champion here on Carnage. And like I said, that should start in the next week or 2. Big knee to the gut there by Oney Lorcan on Timothy Thatcher. And like I say, with the likes of Sekimoto knocking around as well, we're going to see some real cool fatal 4-ways, I think. And other matches to really... Oh my god, I've just seen some of the matches I've put together for the pay-per-view. My god. My god, it's amazing. Taz versus Daisuke Sekimoto versus Oney Lorcan versus Chris Hero in a fatal 4-way. Minoru Suzuki versus Ken Shamrock versus Timothy Thatcher in a triple threat. My God, there's going to be some incredible matches on Carnage the next few months. And Carnage is really an interesting brand. I like it because it adds a whole new aspect to SWE Universe mode. A whole new style of wrestling, a whole new type of roster. A chance for us to utilize some people that otherwise probably wouldn't get a look in, and a chance to really use the hardcore wrestlers correctly. That was the main thing, I think, because we weren't really, in my opinion, using the hardcore wrestlers well enough on Mayhem and Throwdown. So bringing them here onto their own dedicated show, I think, was definitely a strong move for them. And we saw earlier on, they're really taking advantage, especially guys like Hayabusa and Terry Funk. And there's a great chance here for Braun Strowman as well, because Braun was floating around the roster on Throwdown, never really got the best opportunities, but now here he is picking up big wins. And like I said, he's going to be involved in the #1 contendership clash in a few weeks' time as well. As Thatcher now in control of Oney Lorcan. Lorcan sending Thatcher through. Lorcan now taking Thatcher up into a suplex. Thatcher diving. So it's Lorcan, should I say, with a double axe handle. Dropping a knee right across the chest of Thatcher. Lorcan demanding Thatcher get back up to his feet. Up on the middle rope. What is Lorcan standing here for? Diving overcastle there by Lorcan on Timothy Thatcher. Heads up to the middle rope once again. Lorcan taking firm control of this match at this point in time. And again, another overcastle. And I'd really hope, you know, that Oney Lorcan makes it onto 2K18. Can't guarantee he will be, but I really hope, because he'd be a great asset, I think, to the game. Great asset to the NXT roster. And I think that's what they need to do. I've mentioned this before, and that's what they did on 2K17. They future-proofed the game. But unfortunately for 2K, WWE went for this massive draft, and it changed the way that things were, but I don't think it's going to happen that much this year. So I think if they future-proof the game once again, I don't think it's going to be a big issue, but I think we're going to end up with a big NXT roster. What do I mean when I say future-proof? I mean they put enough people on there from NXT so that whoever debuts in the next 12 months from NXT into the main roster is already on the game. So the likes of Almas, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Roderick Strong, Eric Young and Sanity, the Authors of Pain, Asuka, Peyton Royce and Pilly K, Aliyah probably as well, Liv Morgan. A lot of these people have got a chance of debuting on the main roster. So having them on the game to start off with is a very, very good idea for 2K, just to make sure that the people who have got the game can put them straight on their game, straight away into the main roster. So it works out pretty well. As Lorcan fighting free out of the armbar and taking Thatcher down. The head scissors takedown. Lorcan now heads lock into a neck breaker on Thatcher. There's the pin by Lorcan. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Thatcher gets caught with a boot in the back of the head now as well. As Lorcan just slowing the pace of the match down, just twisting the head now of Thatcher. Lorcan heads up to the middle rope. Stalking the ground of Thatcher. What does he have planned here? Takes him down the double axe handle, and Oney Lorcan has taken firm control of this match now for quite some time. Twisting the head of Thatcher here. Can Lorcan get back into this one? It's for Lorcan. So can Thatcher get back into this one, should I say? Sorry, I'm completely out of it today. I'm a bit tired. Sorry about that. It's been a long weekend. I'm a bit tired. And Thatcher has finally turned this one around. Getting a bit of offense now on Oney Lorcan. And Thatcher looking for a camel clutch by the looks of it and locks it in. Great submission style by these two guys. As Lorcan breaking free and dropping Thatcher neck first in that bottom rope in the process. Lorcan sending Thatcher into the corner. Oh, a big boot in the face of Lorcan. Thatcher catches him from behind into the Saito suplex, folding Lorcan in half. Thatcher, big boot right across the arm of Lorcan. Bringing him back up, double axe handle right across the back. Again, bringing Lorcan back up to see what's Thatcher going for here. Oh, rolling Lorcan through once again into another armbar. Really just wrenching that wrist and the arm of Lorcan, who can't quite reach the ropes. Is it going to be enough to get the tap out here by Lorcan? No. Lorcan manages to roll it through and catch him, Thatcher. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Lorcan went for the ace crusher. Thatcher throws him off. Boot in the gut, and these two guys not willing to give up. And another armbar here by Thatcher. Surely Lorcan's going to have to tap out after all these armbars. And he does. Timothy Thatcher picks up the victory here. Good match, actually. I quite enjoyed that one. A nice hard-hitting technical style match. And I like the idea of having this strong style sort of division here on Carnage. And like I said, we start to add the likes of Suzuki and Shamrock in there as well. So we've got a Fatal 4-Way and a triple threat match set up for the pay-per-view. Taz versus Sakamoto versus Lorcan versus Hero. And Suzuki versus Shamrock versus Thatcher. It's going to be a really interesting couple of matches, those ones. But Thatcher is the one who's going to get the ranking points here this evening. We've also got Sekimoto versus Pentagon in a couple of weeks' time as well. That's going to be pretty cool. And Killian Dane versus Chris Hero in a couple of weeks' time. And of course, like I said earlier on, Suzuki versus Taz is next week's main event. So we've got a lot of good strong style matches coming up for you in the next few weeks as well. And that was the armbar there. And finally, like I said, Lorcan had to tap out. He had no choice. He'd taken a lot of damage. He'd taken a lot of damage to his arms. And it was only for the best, wasn't it, really? And Thatcher is victorious. But that means it's now time for our main event of the evening. Looking forward to this one. Yes, that's right. It means it's time for me to rectify my problems. Last week, I put Muertes into the Carnage Championship match when he should not have been in there. And then he actually went on to win the belt as well, away from Jay Briscoe. To say sorry for Jay Briscoe for doing that, we've added Jay Briscoe into this match. And to say sorry for Raven, who should have been in this match, he's also in there as well. Which means that Muertes is going to have to prove that he deserves the Carnage Championship here by winning the triple threat match. And here we go then, time for the big championship match. First to enter is going to be the man who should have been in the main event last week, fighting for this championship anyway. It is Raven. Now, some of you might be wondering why Raven is involved in this sort of high-level match. Now, of course, Raven actually was a lot better than what WWE gave him credit for. The WWE put him in the hardcore division, and he did pretty okay in the hardcore division, but you look at some of the other work he's done, of course, in ECW, he was one of the main men there. Looking at WCW, he did okay there as well. Had his own sort of stable, of course, Raven's Flock. Moving into Ring of Honor, he was very much an upper mid-carder there. Had a really good feud, if I remember correctly, against CM Punk, ended in a really brutal cage match. But also, if PJ Toby's memory is correct as well, we believe he was actually a TNA World Champion at some point in the early 2000s as well. So he's definitely been involved in main events before, and I think this level of Raven and this style of roster and wrestling suits him very well. And who knows, Raven could be our second Carnage champion. I can't believe I messed that up last week. I don't know how I did it. Thing is, I'm pretty sure before I did the pay-per-view, I went back and checked the videos to make sure who won. And how I've still come out with the wrong person, I've got no idea. It's a bit shocking, really, isn't it? So, of course, the second person in the ring is going to be Jay Briscoe. He fought for the championship last week. But he fought against a man who should never have been in the match, which is why we're giving Jay another opportunity. Just to say sorry, again, for my real bad error. It was a shocking error. And if it wasn't for you guys out there, I wouldn't even noticed. Literally only figured it out because you guys pointed it out in the in the comment section, so it proves that we do read them all, of course. But yeah, I think Jay Briscoe, again, former Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, former Ring of Honor television champion, former Ring of Honor tag team champion. I think he's won everything the Ring of Honor has to offer at the moment. Of course, also won the Trios Championships over in New Japan as well. I think they've held the New Japan Heavyweight Championship, New Japan or IWGP Tag Team Championships anyway as well. So really had a history speckled with gold. And I think they've also held the Mayhem Tag Team Championships as well in Season 1. Lost them to the Hardys, who are of course still the champions actually at the moment. The Hardys have had those tag team belts for a long time. So Jay Briscoe looking to get himself some singles gold finally in SWE. Now of course, I did mention it earlier on, we had a couple of dark matches here this evening. Mark Briscoe got a fantastic win in a 6-man battle royal, which is really going to help him out in the rankings. And here comes your Carnage champion, Mil Muertes. I might need to give Mil a new entrance, really, because he's a bit too happy and a bit too... I need to give him something that's a bit more dark and twisted, mightn't I, really? Maybe I should give him the Undertaker's entrance. That might be better for him. He's a bit too happy here, I think. I might have a look at giving the Undertaker's entrance. It'll be okay, apart from the fact that the Undertaker obviously wears a hat, and part of his entrance is taking the hat off. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to write it down to remind me. Mil Muertes entrance. Now, I have changed Mil's finisher maneuver. People have been mentioning that his flatliner was a little bit out, so I've got him a better flatliner. Which hopefully should be a bit more realistic. So this is what, of course, it's for the Carnage Heavyweight Championship. The belt won by Mil Muertes last week when he faced off against Jay Briscoe in a match that should have been Jay Briscoe versus Raven. So Mil really took advantage of my error. And now Raven finally gets his chance. Not quite happy that it's a triple threat match. Of course, triple threat matches are quite difficult. Jay gets another opportunity to prove himself, and Mil gets a chance to prove that he should have the belt no matter who he was facing off against last week. Jay with the drop toe hold there, dropping Mil Muertes face first, right in the back of Raven, really. Raven up on the top and taunting the crowd, not a wise idea. Jay Briscoe nearly catching Raven, but Raven with a knee to the face of Jay Briscoe. And Jay with some strikes of his own into a neckbreaker. Now Jay doesn't win here. I'm sort of leaning towards the Briscoes getting a chance at the Tag Team Championships here on Carnage. Well, no, we're not going to rush into the Tag Team Championships at the moment, really. We're going to see how it all pans out over the next few weeks, see who impresses, and the teams that do impress will get a chance to fight it out for those Tag Team Championships. And we'll see who deserves to be in that match at the pay-per-view, really. Well, match at the pay-per-view, actually. I forgot to put the tag team match on the pay-per-view. Okay, well, we'll put it on there. There's some good teams in this roster, isn't there? So we've got Sanity, we've got the Blue World Order, we've got the Dudley Boys, we've got LAX, we've got the Impact Players, we've got Triple Threat. We've got... Is that it? I mean, that is it. We've also got some other little bits and bobs I've put together. We have got a dark match penciled in for 1 week where we're going to have Team BJW versus Team CZW. So it's going to be Sekimoto, Kobiashi, and... No, it was Kobiashi, Kazai, and Numizawa taking on Gage, Tremont, and Masada. Be pretty cool. Raven with the first pin of the match. Whoa! Mil Muertes showed his superhuman abilities there by just teleporting into the ring from the outside. And now is he bugged? No, he's moving around. And now he gets caught by Raven. He's not bugged anymore, is he? Raven bringing Mil back up to his feet and a elbow to the gut, and then follow up with a big discus lariat. But Jay Briscoe now catching Raven from behind, slamming him head first into the mat, and there's the pin by Jay Briscoe on Mil Muertes 2. Only 2 count. Jay now bringing Mil up to a kneeling base and a big headbutt to the back of the head of Mil. And Jay with a lion salt as well. Brings Mill up. Big headbutt to the back of the head once again. Another pin. Raven's back up on the apron though. And Raven just about got there on the 2 count. Raven now dragging Jay Briscoe away and drops him in the electric chair drop. So, yeah, like I mentioned earlier on, if you didn't hear it, they have announced the 2 people that will be available if you buy the deluxe version. So, of course, last year we brought the NXT version of the game and we got Nakamura, Apollo Crews and Nia Jax early because we got the deluxe edition of the game. This year, the deluxe edition of the game is going to give you Batista and Rob Van Dam early, which is pretty cool. I like that. Nice little set of wrestlers, actually. As Mil Muertes lines up Raven for the spear. Speared him out of his boots. Jay Briscoe, oh, big boot right in the face of Mil Muertes. And if Jay Briscoe can take advantage here, there's been a lot of damage done to Raven. Mil is down the outside and Jay Briscoe slamming the head of Raven into the mat. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Mil's going to be desperate not to hold this belt for only a single week. But of course he's happy enough. He's got a lot of ranking points out of this now. As Jay Briscoe, gorilla press into a power slam. Harnessing the power of Goldberg. Muertes now scoop slam. Jay Briscoe slides to the outside. And Muertes just staring out at the crowd now. Don't know why he's not taking advantage of the fallen Raven. And Raven just spinning Mil Muertes around. I don't know what happened there to Mil Muertes. He completely lost all sense of his AI there for a second. Raven with a pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Jay Briscoe now dropping Raven with the elbow to the chest. I'm not sure where I see Raven in this roster, to be honest. Main eventer, hardcore. And just knocking around for good rivalries. I'm not quite sure, really. Oh, Mil Muertes flatliner on Jay Briscoe. Rolls him over for the pin. Raven slowly getting back up to his feet. Raven does break up the pin. And Mil Muertes almost retained his championship there with a flatliner on Jay Briscoe. Jay is down and out here at the moment. Oh, Raven just chokeslammed Mil Muertes onto Jay Briscoe. Jay's back up on his feet though, but Raven the boot in the back, and Raven now catching Jay Briscoe into a Russian leg sweep. Rolled through and drops into the pin. Muertes is down the outside. Oh my god, that was so close. And after the attack from Mil Muertes and Jay Briscoe, I was convinced he was going to win that, you know. Raven now locking in the submission. Reverse chin lock, but Muertes in to break it up. Raven fighting Muertes back. Into the corner. Raven doing such a good job here. Raven, I've said this before, I think Raven's the sort of guy who doesn't necessarily need a championship to exist in the upper mid-card. There are a lot of people like this, like Bray Wyatt, for example. A lot of us sort of moan that Bray Wyatt never had a championship, but the reason Bray never had a championship for so long is because he doesn't need one. Bray Wyatt gets over so much as a face or a heel that a championship is not always necessary for him. Whereas other guys like Dean Ambrose, without a championship, I think Dean Ambrose really struggles. Jay now taking Raven up on his shoulders into the Death Valley driver. Jay drops into the pin. Muertes is out here. 1, 2. Oh, Muertes just started to stir, but it was only a 2 count. Great triple threat match here for the Carnage Championship. Mil Muertes catching Jay Briscoe from behind. What's Mil up to now? Taking Jay over into a gut-wrench suplex. Jay sliding out the ring as Muertes turns his attentions now to Raven. Muertes bringing Raven back up to his feet. Raven almost a dead weight here. Muertes into a backdrop, high angled as well. Again bringing Raven back up to his feet. Muertes sends him into the turnbuckle. Hoisting him up top. Raven could be in trouble here. Muertes, super backdrop from the middle rope. There's the pin, but Jay Briscoe is back up on his feet. Briscoe back in. And does break it up just about. Wasn't a lot of life behind that breakup though. Clubbing blow to the back there by Muertes and Jay Briscoe. Mil with a pin now on Briscoe. 1, 2. Again, it's only a 2 count, but Muertes in firm control of this match at this point in time. Raven sending Mil into the corner. Big clothesline into a bulldog. And now Mil rolls the outside as Raven tries to pick up the pieces and steal the victory here over Jay Briscoe, and it's only a 2 count. Raven with a knee right in the back of Briscoe. Now heads up to the top rope. Raven knee drop right into the face of Jay Briscoe. Oh, Jay's been busted open by that knee drop as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Big knee to the back of Jay Briscoe by Raven. I think he might have been going for that discus Larry again, but Muertes on the outside is full of energy once again, but Briscoe launching Muertes over the top rope. But Muertes fighting back. Slides back in. Taking Jay up onto his shoulder, but Jay slides free into a German suplex on Muertes. Briscoe with a pin. Been a pretty brutal match between these three now. Oh, and it's so close to a 3. It's not going to be long before one of these 3 guys pick up the victory in this match, is it? Jay Briscoe fighting back against Raven. Sends him into the turnbuckle. Muertes start to stir once again. Which can't be a good sign for the other guys in this match, I tell you. Briscoe hoisting Raven up into the top rope. Raven catching Briscoe though. Decided against the dive. And goes for a belly-to-belly slam. And a running neckbreaker on Muertes as well. There's the pin by Raven. Is enough? 1, 2. And again, it's so close to a 3. But Mil able to kick out. Raven with a big knee into the spine of Muertes now. Raven sends him into the corner. What has Muertes got here to give? He's given a lot in this match, considering he only won the championship last week. As big powerbomb from the top rope there by Raven on Muertes. Bringing Mil back up to his feet once again. Not seen Raven go for a DDT yet. Of course, his finisher maneuver. Mil fighting back. As Briscoe now, oh, flatliner onto the middle turnbuckle. Jay taking Muertes up into a gorilla press, into a power slam. Jay could have this here, you know. Jay now wrenching back. I don't think it's going to be strong enough for a submission, but then again, this late in the match, a lot of damage has already been done. Any submission could pull off a win here at the moment. But Raven comes across and breaks it up. Oh, Muertes the flatliner on Raven. And a flatliner on Jay Briscoe as well. And surely Muertes has got this one now. He's just flatlined both of his opponents. Oh my god. How on earth did Jay Briscoe kick out of that? Holy hell. And another flatliner. Oh my god, Muertes. This guy is a beast. Now goes to pin Raven. Pin the Raven. Nevermore. Oh my god, Raven's kicked out. How? Muertes just flatlined Raven twice and Jay Briscoe once, and both guys kicked out. I cannot even comprehend what I've just seen, to be honest. Super backdrop there by Muertes and Jay Briscoe. Now Mill turning his attentions to Raven. Oh, both guys struggling now. You saw Mill caught Raven with a big right hand and just dropped to a knee, struggling with energy. And Raven taking advantage, went for the pin, but it was close, you know. It wasn't far away from a 3 count. Raven with a pin once again. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Jay Briscoe back in the ring now. What a match this has been. I'm really impressed with these 3 guys in this one. All showing incredible resilience. Know exactly what they need to do to keep a hold of this, or get a hold of this championship, should I say. Briscoe taking a break in the corner. I'm coming across to break it up, but very casually. Raven now DDT on Jay Briscoe, and that could be all. Muertes is down. 1, 2. And oh my god! Oh my god! I cannot believe what I'm seeing right here. These guys are all incredible resilience. Backstabber by Muertes on Raven. Muertes taking Jay Briscoe down as Raven's just trying to roll out the ring by tripping everyone over. Jay Briscoe now with Muertes in the corner. Hoist him up top. What's he got now? Raven's just watching. Raven knows that no matter what happens here, this is going to end well for him. Muertes drops the outside Raven with a drop toe hold on Jay Briscoe. And now an ankle lock. An ankle lock by Raven on Jay Briscoe. It's not Raven's normal go-to move, but you know what? It could just be enough here. No, Briscoe fighting free. The right hand, and now what's Briscoe going for here? Oh, Briscoe, what is he up to here? Late in this match. Oh, suicide dive taking Raven down. Wow. These guys, my word. Oh, running bicycle kick. And then Muertes taking Jay Briscoe down. This match is incredible. I'm really enjoying this match. These 3 guys so desperate to walk out of here with the Carnage Championship across their shoulder. Of course, you can't win on the outside. The only way to win is inside the ring. Raven now just choking Jay Briscoe. Slides back in the ring. It's Raven and Jay Briscoe in the ring now. Muertes still down on the outside. I don't know what it's going to take for one of these 2 guys, or one of these 3 guys, should I say, to finally stay down. And that's enough. Just as I was talking, Raven actually picks up the win. And Raven is the brand new Carnage champion. The man who should have been in the match last week. He should have been in the match. He wasn't in the match, though, due to my heinous error. And he proved me wrong here. He proved me that he should have been in there. A spear by Muertes earlier on the match. So Raven just punishing Muertes back for that. Went for the pin, but of course it was only enough for a 2 count. Muertes not going to be happy about this. He's lost the match without actually being pinned. He's lost his belt without actually losing it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It's a terrible camera angle, this, isn't it? Just want to see how it ended. We're going to get this camera angle of this man's dodgy black triangle armpit. But there we go. Raven's your brand new Carnage champion. See, anything can happen in SWE. Raven got himself to the final of the tournament. I made a massive mistake. We give him his opportunity here this evening, and in a triple threat match, he has defeated Jay Briscoe, and he is your brand new Carnage champion. Raven will continue forward, and he will have to defend that belt at the next pay-per-view against the man who is still yet to be named. I'm thinking Muertes definitely want to be involved in that though as well, isn't he? Of course, if you have enjoyed this episode, then please do like and subscribe as always. And yeah, we'll see you soon for some more SWE Universe mode. Bye.